Welcome to Linux Heap Exploitation by InfoSect. Why do a course on Linux Heap Exploitation? And one of the reasons that we want to do this course is that classic stack overflows have been largely mitigated against in server and desktop operating systems. Now, in the embedded space and IoT space, classic stack overflows are probably still exploitable. But on server systems and desktop systems, they're reasonably mitigated against. Now, heap allocators have some mitigations and more are introduced regularly in Linux. But even with that, modern exploit primitives and many exploit primitives can be gained on modern Linux systems. And heap exploitation is still possible on many allocators with appropriate heap grooming. Mostly these give us arbitrary read-write primitives and maybe an information disclosure, which in this course will lead to control flow hijacking and code execution. This course is an advanced course, but it's definitely achievable. A little bit about myself. I'm the Managing Director here at InfoSect. I'm also a conference organiser at B-Sides Canberra and the C-Sides monthly meets that we run in Australia. Before I was at InfoSect full-time, I was the Director of Education and Training at UNSW Canberra, which is University of New South Wales, Canberra, at the Australian Defence Force Academy, overseeing the content and ensuring that we had quality delivery and quality content and training. I've also worked in industry. On the blue side, I was the Director of Anti-Malware Engineering at Qualys, effectively commercialising my work on malware variant detection. Many years ago, I was also the scanner architect at Qualys and wrote or rewrote much of their core engine. Qualys Guard wrote about 50,000 lines of C code for them, and that's pretty much the industry standard for vulnerability assessment today. I've also worked on the red side. I was a senior software specialist at Azimuth Security doing vulnerability research. Online training at InfoSect has been very well received. We've been doing it for more than a year now. We have a good lab environment using Amazon instances. You basically get a desktop environment through the browser. We have good lectures. We have high quality AV to provide this as well. In face-to-face training, using a whiteboard is a very important process of showing how certain things are laid out in memory. We replicate that experience using a tablet that we can interactively draw on. We have lab exercises that cover all of the techniques and attacks that we're working on. The labs are running on Ubuntu 20.04, the latest version of that, which is the LTS release of Ubuntu, the most recent LTS release as well. I was very nice of GR Security to quote one of our bits of research at InfoSec where we attacked the Linux kernel heap allocator from a year or two ago, and we'll talk about some of the weaknesses in that Linux kernel heap allocator implementation and how it was fixed. And it's very nice of GR Security to talk about that in one of their recent blog posts. If modern exploitation against Linux systems interests you, register for the training, and I'll see you on the course.